Hello? Hello? Holy shit. Um, yeah, what's up, guys? This is Welcome back to the Doe Show. I'm your host, Matty Doe, and, this is episode 3 of the Doe Show. Um, First solo episode. Holy shit. This feels fucking weird. This feels weird. At this point, I've done over 10 plus podcasts, and every single time it's been with my brother-in-law. Every single time. Shout out Axel. Shout out Groove Influence. Go check him out. Link in the description. Well, it's been with him every time, whether it's just me and him or me, him, and then others. And yeah, fucking, he's asleep. He's asleep right now, and this is all his equipment: his camera, his mic, his recorder, his lights, his fucking everything. And he's always set it up for me. And I mean, it's honestly easy enough. I managed to set it up all on my own, and it's not that hard. It's relatively easy. So yeah. Oh my god, this is so fucking. This feels weird as shit. Holy shit. Yeah. What time is it? It's fucking 12:17 a.m. 12:17 a.m. And I got work tomorrow. I gotta get up at like 9:15. So I like to try to get an full 8 hours, at least 7. So at the fucking very latest, I need to be asleep by 2:15. I'll probably be asleep before then, but oh my god, this feels so fucking weird. Not only that, like, is it my first solo episode? Excuse me. There's gonna be a lot of dead air. Yeah, fucking, yeah, my first solo episode. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm pretty new to the podcast game. So, obviously, I've done like 10, give or take, a couple episodes. But it's always been with someone else. So there's always like a dialogue back and forth. I feel weird. This feels so weird right now. Also, because it's like late at night and everyone's asleep, and I'm just doing this completely alone. So if I stop talking, it's just this like weird, ominous silence. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, feels a little weird. Feels a little anxious. I feel like weirdly anxious too. No idea why, but I'm not expecting much. Fucking sure as hell hope you're not expecting much, because this is my first episode. Wow, this is crazy. So yeah, not obviously, you guys. Fuck. Why am I nervous? What the? This is so fucking weird. Oh my god. I guess the biggest inspiration for wanting to do a solo episode is Theo Von. Like, absolutely, Theo Von. I mean, that dude is like. Not only is that dude like one of the most uniquely, outrageously brilliant comedic minds, and just like people, like some of the shit he's able to come up with on the spot is just, there's just no other way to describe it. There really isn't. And he's so like just unique and funny, but like, so I've always liked him. I mean, I first saw him when he was like on Joe Rogan, which is how like a lot of people get discovered, mainly comedians. So yeah, and like I'd always been a fan of him for years, and obviously like when when people started posting like like clips of his like podcasts like on TikTok, and that started to really go viral. Like he blew up because of that, and so everyone knows him. But and I saw like I checked, and obviously as I became a fan, I checked out his pod, and he's like a respected comedian too. So, and just public figure. So, like any big name comedian, or even he just had fucking Donald Trump. He's been going on all the big podcasts lately, which is smart. I mean, which is smart. The election is in almost a week, which is crazy. I'm not gonna get off topic though, but so yeah, I noticed that Theo Von had a bunch of solo episodes, and he'd been posting them for fucking years. Like I think he started just filming in his kitchen in his apartment, just doing solo episodes. And so I started watching those. And then I was like, oh my god, like this dude is like, he's just such a deep, like, complex character. Like, he's not, like, he's so much more than being outrageously, like, uniquely, like, funny, but also, like, weird at the same time. Like, obviously in a good way, but I don't know. There's, like, a deep sense of, God damn it. This has been happening to me a lot lately, where I just fucking forget words. What do you, like, look within? I don't know. I can't think of the fucking word. Oh, deeply, like, introspective. He's a very deep, introspective, like, vulnerable, like, emotional dude. And, you really get to see that when he posts the solo episodes. And, like, especially because he's a famous comedian, people actually know who he is and actually watch his fucking show, unlike this right now. He has people call in, like, all the time, and it's like, you know, like, he's Theo's, like, sober, he's in recovery, and, you know, so he takes a lot of calls from fans that are struggling with, like, staying sober, like, addiction, and just kind of feel lost, like, you know, like, just, like, suffering with poor mental health, like, too hard on themselves, just any sort of life issues. Cause, you know, I guess they've been fans longer than I have, so they call mainly to kind of, like, you know, get something off their chest, try and connect with someone. And, yeah. So over the summer, I was going through, like, a really, really shit period. I just lost momentum. I had some really good momentum. I don't know if you guys can actually tell because I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but I'm pretty fucking, I was gonna say chubby, but let's just keep it 100. I'm fat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm fat. I weigh 223 pounds, give or take a couple pounds. Most likely give. I've been eating like shit. Yeah, so I always go through these radical fucking dips. These radical dips in, like, failure and success and good momentum, and then, like, it will all come good momentum, like, exercising a lot, eating well, being productive, feeling good, feeling happy, and then boom, 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 everything just crashes and burns. So let's just say if my life was like the stock market, it would be the most volatile market in the world, and there would be, like, the Great Depression every couple months where it all just crashes and burns and everything goes to shit. Is that a weird analogy? It obviously is. It's a very strange analogy, but I love a good analogy. I don't know. I just think a good analogy is, like, funny. It offers, like, a weird but kind of, like, insightful perspective. Here I go trying to be, like, deep and philosophical. But let me get back to what I was saying. How long have I been going? 1 sec. Fucking, what is that? 16 minutes. Probably less than that. More like 11 or 12. Because I spent the first 5 minutes on the phone with my friend, not filming. A lot of dead air, folks. Like a lot of dead air. It's also just like, it's the end of the day. I'm tired. Honestly, for future, I think I should start doing these solo episodes like right after I hit the gym. Or I'm just like, whatever point in the day I'm like have the most energy and the best mood. Also, another thing is the house I live in, the walls are fucking outrageously thin. Like fucking just thinner than a piece of paper. Like they really are. Fucking so my family's like asleep right now, so I'm trying not to be too loud. So fucking there's that dead air again. Oh my god, I gotta stick to the topic. So basically, over the summer, right before the summer, I had some really good momentum for the first time in a long time. Like for a month straight, I fucking finally stopped eating fucking junk food for every fucking meal, every fucking day. I was sober. I don't really do drugs anymore. I was never a huge drug guy in general. Used to mainly just be a huge pothead, but I stopped doing that, and I mainly just drink now. And when I go through my bad periods, I drink a lot. So I was sober. I was working out, eating well, like being productive. And life was just going good. I started this new, I quit my job because I started this side business where I flip couches. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's pretty simple. You just go on Facebook Marketplace. It's mainly Facebook Marketplace, but you can also go on OfferUp and Craigslist. And a lot of people are moving and sell it, not even selling. Well, sometimes sell or just give away for free. Give away couches. Like this couch. I got this couch for free. I got it from someone else. And no one bought it. No one even, I listed it online and no one even clicked on the fucking ad. And I was like, what the fuck? This couch is really nice. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna use this for my podcast. It's really fucking comfortable as well. My God. You just sink into it. So yeah, okay, I flip couches. So basically just people, people fucking move and I'm guessing they just have a lot of money and don't have a lot of time. So they just are giving away this couch for free, good condition, live here, come pick up. And you'd be fucking surprised how many really nice couches people are just giving away for free. If not free, $50 or less. So yeah, you just go pick them up, and I just take them to I rent a storage unit, and I bought a truck. So I pick it up on my truck. For the most part, I'm able to lift it on my own. So I just bring it, from my truck to the storage unit I rent down the road. Take some nice pictures, toss her in the unit, list it up on Marketplace. It's nice when it's free because any amount you get's 100% profit. I mean, the profit's already good anyway. But yeah, okay, so I keep getting fucking sidetracked. Sorry, I just fucking wolfed down a fucking Devour mac and cheese right before this. So I may or may not be burping my fucking head off. Very frequently throughout this pod. But okay, so basically I was doing really well. I had some really fucking good momentum going. And then I fucking did some really fucking stupid shit. I ran over our family bikes with my truck. And And that put a hole in my fucking gas tank. Put a fucking hole in my gas tank. And I had to get the whole gas tank fixed. And it cost $3,500 to fix. Dude, that's so much money, bro. $3,500. And so it took so long to get fixed. And it was like, I'm gonna be honest, my parents paid for it. You know, they offered to pay for it. I've been pretty lucky, you know, my parents have always been willing to kind of help me out financially. I never even, every now and then I'll ask if I like fuck up and get really desperate, but a lot of the times they will like pay for my shit. So as I get older, I feel more bad about that, and hopefully with this podcast, with this YouTube channel, or just anything, I can like, you know, build it into like an actual lucrative business, like can garner some sort of following, like that at least some small amount of people care about, so I can help repay my parents back for everything they've done. But basically, I was just going through a really tough period because I fucked up doing that so bad. Like, my family, like, were so disappointed in me for, like, doing that. Like, just, like, running over the bikes, fucking up my truck. And then when I fucked up my truck, I couldn't work because I quit my job. So, so I just started doing a bunch of DoorDash. And, dude, I've been doing DoorDash for fucking years. I don't anymore. Right now I have a full-time job, and then my truck's fixed, so I do the couch flipping stuff, so I don't DoorDash anymore. I'm actually just gonna I'm gonna go on my DoorDash app and see how many lifetime deliveries I've done. It's not like the most insane, but it's a pretty fucking solid amount. Lifetime deliveries, 2,424. That's a lot. That's a fucking good amount. I mean, I used to be in this subreddit called like r/DoorDash, and you see some people that have like 5 to 10,000 lifetime orders, which is fucking ridiculous. But 2,424 orders is it's a lot. It's a fucking good amount. On time or early, 93%. Customer rating, 4.96. Completion rate, 98%. Acceptance rate, 56%. Decent numbers. I mean, there's obviously worse, there's obviously better. But, holy shit, dude, this entire podcast is just gonna be me getting sidetracked every 30 seconds to eventually conclude a story that should have taken 3 to 4 minutes. But if you're watching this, you clearly have nothing else better to watch on your recommended, so keep watching, or don't. Just check out one where I'm actually like with someone else and I'm having some decent conversation instead of just yapping into the fucking camera at 12:30 at night. This is so weird. Fucking I kind of like it though. It feels nice. Okay, let me fucking conclude this story and stop getting sidetracked. Then I can talk about something else. So basically, I fucked up really bad. And for me, sometimes it takes just one fuck up for everything to go to shit. So I was doing so well. Then I fucked up my truck, couldn't work. And then I was feeling like really bad, like really down on myself because of that. Just felt like such a piece of shit. Then I stopped working out, started eating junk food again, started drinking, and I was doing DoorDash, so it's not like I wasn't working at all, making no money, but oh man, sometimes DoorDash is just such a fucking, God, sometimes it's so mind-numbing. Like, sometimes it's cool because I love to drive. Like, currently I'm a driver for like a tech company. And it's good. I've had loads of, like, I think I've had 12 or 13, like, entry-level minimum wage jobs throughout my life. And half of them have been driving jobs. Domino's, Pizza Hut, Panera Bread, Bite Squad, DoorDash. This job right now, like a driver for a tech company, that's 6. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, so I love driving jobs. I just I love to drive. Like driving is the epitome of freedom. You can go anywhere. You're by yourself. Like you're completely free and independent. And I love like listening to a good podcast or like even just like cruising, listening to music. So DoorDash is fucking at this point I've accepted I'm probably never gonna finish this story, but who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Dead air. Fuck. Where was I? Oh my god. This is horrible. This is some first episode. I'm like weirdly enjoying it though. I'm like weirdly enjoying this. So so DoorDash actually can, like, if I have a good routine going, like I'm like feeling good, like kind of in my life, and I can unwind by listening to music or listening to a podcast, it's fine. But if I'm DoorDashing and my life's not going good, sometimes I'm just in the car driving around doing DoorDash and it's just me. Excuse me. My mind just tends to wander. And then sometimes I'll like beat myself up, feel really shit about myself. And I was going through a period a while ago where I was doing that. And I was trying not to drink. I got really into bike riding. I used to always love bike riding, but I stopped doing it. But my brother-in-law like worked for this junk removal company. So he was always bringing back like cool shit. He was like, yeah, some hoarder fucking forgot this was like in their toilet, so I just took it. And I was like, all right, dope, just fuck it into the corner in the garage. And then he brought back like 3 bikes, like enough for our whole family to ride the bikes, but they don't even like bike riding, so I could just ride them. So I ruined we had 3 bikes and I ruined 2 of them, so we still had a bike left. So but the point, it wasn't the bikes, it was the truck. So for a while I was like just bike riding a lot, trying to work out, I was just going through a really shit period. Also, to be honest, I had a lot of I don't know whether to call it trauma or what. I really don't know what to call it. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I hate to admit like how bad shit can actually get sometimes, cuz I hate to like I just hate to be like, oh, look at me, I'm going through all this like shit. Cuz I like with social media especially, you see like how much shit other people in the world are going through. Like groups of people, like you just look at like people in like Palestine, Israel, like innocent civilians that are getting bombed living in war zones. And then you also see like individual cases, like people that, like get betrayed by a close one, like lose someone close, just have something tragic happen. Dude, people go missing when they're fucking 8 years old and don't get found until they're 50 years old. And they spent their whole life in a basement. And Jesus Christ, this is getting dark. So I was just going through a really shit period over the summer where I was kind of just really like sad and beating myself up a lot. And after like a long day of work, I would come down to this garage at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I would start just getting fucked up. And I was just like crying a lot. I remember I had a lot of feelings from my past and like shit I never dealt with, and it just started randomly coming out. I don't know if I'm gonna get too into it because I don't want to fucking talk about every shit thing and personal like tragic life event that's happened to me in one fucking pod. especially the first fucking episode. But basically, I just started listening to Theo Von. I'm finally tying it back to the original fucking precursor of this story. Jesus Christ. I have a lot of work to do. I'm gonna get better. As I keep going. But so I started listening to Theo Von like a lot. Like every day. Like, of course, like his like the super funny, hilarious podcast with other comedians and people. But like his solo episodes. I used to love, I was going to say still love Cody Ko, but he's just completely and utterly canceled. Like, he's done. And I'll probably get back into that in a second. But I bring it up because the first time when I started to really, like, become a fan of, like, you know, comedians and, like, the internet, like, influencers and, like, podcasts started to blow up, like, Cody Ko was the first person I ever saw, like, do solo episodes. And at first I thought that, like, that was so fucking, like, strange. I didn't really understand it at all. I'd be like, okay, I really like Cody Ko, so I guess if he posted this, I'll watch it. But then I watch it for, like, a couple minutes, and I'm like, dude, I'm not watching this. But so Theo was, like, the one who, like, you know, podcasts are great because a lot of people, to be honest, including myself, don't really have, like, that many friends. And podcasts are so good because, you know, it's just like it just feels like you're actually part of, like, a conversation. And it's like, it feels like, you know, you're hanging out with your friends. And, like, a lot of people are very lonely, so that's, like, plus you get to, like, really kind of see, like, what a person is actually like, and get a feel for, like, what they're like as a person, what they've been through, all their life stories. So yeah, it makes total sense that podcasting, like, blew up in such a big way. But so I always liked it for that reason. But with Theo, like, I felt like he was talking, like, directly, like, to me. Like because with podcasts, like, it feels like you're in the room, like, with friends, and they're having a conversation. It feels like you're a part of it. But when I would watch, like, Theo Von's, like, solo episodes, I felt like he was talking, like, to me directly. And, like, it just made me feel good, man. I mean, like, so obviously I loved Theo to begin with because of how, like, such a great guy and how fucking just ridiculously fucking funny he is in, like, just the most unique, like, special way. But dude, he gets so vulnerable on there, and I just, like, you know, he just, like, I don't know, I just feel like I connect with it a lot, and I just always, like, respected the shit out of him for it, because I always, like, it'd be tough to kind of put that shit out there. It would. But it just helped me so much. Oh, and he had a hotline for the podcast that you can call. Dude, I fucking called that hotline this summer. Maybe at least 30, 40 times, which is a good amount if you think about it. And yeah, obviously Theo Von is so fucking huge. Like, you'd be very lucky to get your phone call selected. And I wonder how it does get selected. Is it just completely random? Does Theo himself or his producer, like, go through each message and just pick? I have no idea. But so yeah, to finally tie up the should have been 3-minute story that ended up being a 30-minute story. Theo Von is the sole reason why I wanted to do these solo episodes. So yeah, here I am doing the solo episode, and it's definitely weird. But you know, like I said before, I feel like it's kind of natural, to be honest, as you get older, to, like, you know, the amount of friends you have, like, sometimes rapidly decrease. Um, but I really don't have a lot of friends, like, at all. Like, I have one friend who I just talked to right before this podcast happened. He was like, this dude was my best friend. Fucking well, he is my best friend. But we've had like a lot of ups and downs. We've like gone through long periods where we haven't talked. But we started talking again, and like, you know, this dude's like my best buddy. Like, we have like a really like weird but like strong connection. It's kind of like weird. There's a lot of like weird coincidences that we have. And so we've been talking a lot. Like, we talk on the phone like every day. We play Xbox. We game a lot. He's coming into town soon. I'll see him for the first time in 2-3 years, which is gonna be awesome. But besides him, I really do not have many friends at all. Like, so, yeah. Because of that, I'm probably not gonna have like. That's another reason. Maybe I'm also inspired to do like these pods because, like these solo episodes, because I don't have like many friends, so I don't have like a huge like. I don't have a huge like fucking pool of people that I can be like, yo, you wanna come on the pod? You wanna fucking talk about like, you wanna talk about GTA 5 and Israel versus Palestine or something? I don't know, just chop it up. Like, I don't know, fucking yeah. So I'm definitely so also because I feel like I have a lot to say. I'm not saying I'm some like outrageously funny like brilliant like smart like clever interesting dude, but I just feel like I could yap. I feel like I could yap forever sometimes, and sometimes I talk out loud to myself in my car. Not even sometimes, like a good amount. I like to like. If any other soul is watching this, comment below if you do this. But like, I find myself a lot, especially if I like have a lot of shit I'm dealing with, need to think about. I'll be driving around in my car and I won't turn on the radio or play any music or a podcast. I'll just like talk out loud. And I do that like a decent amount, and I've always done that. But yeah, I like to so I like to talk. And sometimes I don't always feel like I have a lot of people to talk to, like even people that I am like close with, like my parents, like my sister, my brother-in-law, who is also a huge reason I've started doing these podcasts, because it's his equipment. He started one, and he like before this, every pod I've ever done has been with him. Yeah, I just feel like so much different from them. Like, the rest of my family, like, I've gotten a lot closer in my family as I've gotten older, but I feel so much different from them. Like, they are remarkably normal people. They are just like the most normal people. Like, my sister and brother-in-law have like, they're 23, I'm 27, they're 23 years old, and they just got married a month and a half ago, which is fucking nuts. They've like been together for 5 years since high school, and they've just lived like the most normal lives you could ever think of. Like, like, live together after a couple years, like in this house, had normal steady jobs, like to go out Friday, Saturday with like their other friends who also all seem to be the same age and married, which is fucking just, I stick out like a fucking sore thumb. Not even just physically, because they're all like, because I'm so fat compared to all of them, but like, in the other sense, like, of where they're at in their lives. Um, yeah, so, like, they like to go to Flat Stick, like, play a couple games of golf, have, like, a couple drinks, like, then maybe come back here, um, have a couple more drinks, and then, they always leave before midnight, maybe 1 or 2, but no later than that. No staying up all night, no excessive drinking, clean the entire house. Never really go out to clubs or bars or do anything wild. They are just like the most normal people ever. And yeah, like I don't know, they don't really so I do get along with them really well. I would consider them like my good friends. And I'm like always talking to them, like hanging out with them. But I just feel so much different from them. I just feel so much like different from them. Like I feel like I have like a wild side, and I have like these demons that I like to let out every now and then, especially like when I get drunk. And I mean, obviously they're young and they're still figuring out their lives too. Like they're not like perfect, but they're just like they're just so normal. And like my dad too. My mom is like a little bit of a wild side, but not really. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel so different. And obviously it's not necessarily good or bad. It just is how it is, I've always kind of felt like the black sheep, the one that stood out. So yeah, and like fucking and then I've had friends too in the past. Even like a group of friends I had recently that I like am not friends with anymore. That like I've had friends like in the past, like that do have a wild side, like a wild side that like can't be controlled and is just going down a very dark path. And the thing is, like, I still have a normal, like, decent side, I don't really do drugs. Like, even when I did do drugs, I never did them, like, that much. I'd have a couple, like, weird lapses where I would, like, do hard drugs, but nothing crazy. I've done, like, meth 1 time. I've done coke, like, 5 times. I've done Xanax, like 4 or 5 times, but I never like got really into hard drugs that much. It's just never my thing. And even when I do like go through bad periods of drinking, it's never like crazy bad to the point where I cannot control it and it gets bad where I need like an intervention. I've never had that. And it's just really fucked when you're like friends with people, whether it's like a friend group or like individuals that you're friends with, they're just like, their demons just take over, man. They just cannot fucking control it. Like I had a group of friends recently that were the worst fucking groups of alcoholics I've ever seen in my entire life. And like, I don't think I'll meet people that struggle that bad with alcohol for a very long time. And don't get me wrong, like no one is 100% like good or 100%. This is my weakness right now, these fucking Black and Milds. Quick little side story, fucking I always had a very strange relationship with my mom. And recently, my mom was in town because like I said, my sister and brother-in-law just got married a month and a half ago. So she was in town for that for a good month, and it was like the most. My mom at times can be like a little crazy and like a handful, but So I was like almost kind of dreading her coming because I was dealing with a lot of shit. Um, just like, full-time job, side job, like trying to like do other shit, trying to lose weight. So my plate was really full and I just didn't need any more stress. So I was like kind of dreading my mom coming back, but she came back and it was like the best. We just connected and had like the best we've ever had, like almost ever. And it was like I like really enjoyed her being around. And the thing with my mom is my mom's been a smoker her whole life. So I love a good smoke. Never used to really like it. I would like do it every now and then if like someone had one and I was drunk. Then it got to a point where every time I was drunk, I'd be trying to get a cigarette, like bum a cigarette off someone else. Then it got to a point where every time I'm drunk, I need to buy a pack of cigarettes. And then fucking recently, for the first time, when my mom was back in town, I started consistently smoking cigarettes, even if I was sober. Which obviously not headed in the best direction. But just every time I always felt like I connected with my mom the most, and we had the best, most intimate talks when we were having to smoke together, like it was just us. And as someone who never really had the best relationship with my mom growing up, I was like enjoying that. So I found myself for the last week she was here, it was almost like a nightly thing. Like before we went to bed, we would like have a smoke together. And ever since she's left, I got fucking another way I'm like really different from my family is I have horrible money management. If my life starts to go like a little bit shit, I just get really fucking upset and kind of don't know how to deal with it in the best ways. So I'll start to it doesn't matter how long I had been like being disciplined and saving up money and being smart with it, I'll just start spending it. Like I'm Paris Hilton on Rodeo Drive. I will just start spending money like a motherfucker. Like you'd think I'm like Donald Trump's son, like the way I spend money sometimes. Yeah, so the thing is, a lot of times when I go through my bad periods, I'll just spend my money. So fucking couple months ago, I was like so broke I couldn't afford to buy a pack of cigarettes for $10. So I just bought a Black and Mild for like $2 or $3. And ever since I did that, I've just been hooked on these. So yeah. Yeah, these have been my weakness lately. Yeah, how long have we been going? 49 minutes. 49 minutes, probably like 45 minutes. Wow. I thought this was going to be weird, but I've just been yapping the whole fucking time, and I haven't even really stopped. I mean, yeah, there's been some dead air, like some awkward fucking burps and fucking sips of the aisle water, but yeah, you know what? It's kind of It's been nice, I mean, obviously, like, I used to have an old YouTube channel when I was 21. Did that for about a year. And then I stopped because I wasn't like there were a number of different reasons that I stopped. I was going through a lot of things in my personal life. And I started drinking very heavily. So it was hard to maintain, like continuing to post content, especially when I was the only one in my friend group that was pursuing any sort of like form of social media. And I just struggled to find any real like momentum, and I just wasn't growing at all. My old channel has 66 subscribers. My fucking brother-in-law's podcast has 63. So he's gonna pass me up soon, fucking cheeky bastard. So I hope this channel fucking catches up to them and blows him and my old self out of the water, but who actually knows? Yeah, it definitely feels very strange to and it will feel strange to post this if I do, especially to think who will actually watch it and who will like reach out, cuz that's the thing about posting online, like with social media. You cannot fucking choose who you get attention from. Like, obviously everyone hopes that like they go viral, and like, people that they look up to and respect, like that have like an online presence, like entertainment platform, or even just sexy girls online. Most people hope they go viral, and then all these types of people see them. And but you can't always choose who you get attention from. That's the thing. So fucking like I said, a big reason Theo was a big reason I was inspired to start doing solo episodes. And I don't I want to talk about all kinds of stuff on solo episodes whenever I do them. I don't want it to just always be a fucking like a deep like introspection, reflection about my life as a whole, and like vulnerable stuff. Obviously I want to like be silly and like make jokes and tell stories too, but I would hope to be able to connect with people on maybe like a deeper level than just me and another person discussing things. So that's where I hope I can go with this pod. I mean the dream would be to like kind of share stories and like life lessons about things that I've dealt with and have learned as I've gotten older. And then I hope people can like reach out to me and relay to me, like relay any good feelings they've gotten watching like a solo episode where I talk about like shit. So it's definitely like very nerve-wracking, cause with a lot of these podcasts that not only I film in general, but like my brother-in-law films in general, cause me and him are in the same boat. Like we're collabing like all the time, and we're gonna be for the foreseeable future. And for the most part, it's just it's like talking about things we found interesting, and like just trying to talk shit, like be funny. But also like I feel like I'm just going in circles. That's the thing. Am I saying a whole lot of nothing while saying a whole lot of shit at the same time? I really can't tell. I'll probably wrap this up when I finish this. That's another thing. I've been trying really hard to be productive lately, dealing with a lot of shit. Nothing like crazy bad. I've been like in a pretty good place mentally. And I've been like proud of myself because I'm like taking like real steps in the right direction. But at the same time, I feel scared that I'm like just gonna crash and burn again. Because based on my life throughout the years, like that is what tends to happen. I go through periods where I'm doing really well. And then whether it is something out of my control or whether it is just something that I fuck up and do, I just always tend to crash and burn. And I've been doing really well. I've been working my full-time job, and with my job, like a lot of the time I am driving, but I also have a lot of free time. So I used to just dick around and go fucking eat fast food, like just watching Netflix and like a McDonald's somewhere, stuffing my face with McFlurry, killing time. Or even sometimes I'm able to go home, like, and just play video games. But I've been trying to actually be productive. I've been going to like, while I'm at work and I have free time, I've been going to like my local community college library, which is where I first went to college till I transferred and then dropped out. I've just been trying to be productive, you know? So I work a full-time job. When I'm not actually driving, working, I go somewhere with my laptop, with my journals, try and like create a to-do list, be productive, get shit done. So I do that. I have my side job. I've created like this channel, finally. Trying to get back into posting content online again. Trying to like start a business. I've been trying to like get into e-commerce, and that's something I've been very lazy about. It's just such a big mountain. It's like e-commerce, like achieving that. It's just such a big mountain that I feel like I've pulled up to the parking lot and I kind of just look up at the mountain and think, fuck me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to climb that. And then I'll just sort of kick rocks around in the parking lot, putting it off. So I've been very lazy with that, but I really, really need to get on it. But besides that, I've been pretty productive, you know. Full-time job, being productive with the free time I have at my job. Then I have a side job. I also was trying to, consistently work out, lose weight. But I've kind of fallen off a bit. But I want to get back into it. I want to try and find like a good, consistent, like balance where, I'm still overall being very productive and like getting shit done, but I'm not like overdoing it where I'm eventually going to burn out and then just crash out. So that's something I'm trying to be more mindful about, like having a healthy balance. Because what am I gonna do? Keep like going through these like insane dips of like success, productivity, and then like failure and like self-pity and bad habits. So I do feel nervous and a little afraid that I'm just gonna do that again and again and again. The next thing you know, I'm 27, 37, 40, and I haven't really figured my life out. And everyone around me is just doing way better. And then I'm kind of just that burnout and like the fucking like sad uncle who's like fun to be around, but has a lot of demons, like people talk shit about before they arrive, but like have nothing but love and time for when they are around, but then when they're not around, like kids, he's an example of what not to be. So yeah, that's like a legitimate fear thought that I've been having lately. But that's normal, I'm not like special, like in that regard. That's just like everyone has those thoughts, feelings. If not everyone, like a lot. at least the type of people that I seem to like gravitate towards, like comedians mainly, because yeah, comedy's so hard. Like to actually get, that's another thing I have done. I have stand up, because I love comedians. I was mainly like a YouTube guy, like influencer type of guy. Like those are the people I liked the most. That's what I always wanted to be. But I just ended up, I just started to gravitate a lot more towards comedians because I like mainly Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan just has like some of his best pods are like with comedians, and he just shines the like the spotlight on so many of them. Like Theo Vaughn, Mark Norman, Sam Morril, Shane Gillis. I mean, those are just a few. There's loads more, but yeah, fucking that's another thing I've been trying to get into, stand up. I've done it twice. And I don't know if I'm going to get into that now, cuz I could go on and on about that. And I probably will in another episode, cuz I think I'm going to wrap this one up shortly. I think I'm just going to ramble about absolute nonsense until I fucking finish this, and then I'm going to go to bed and probably maybe never mind. It was pretty obvious what I was gonna say. But yeah, I feel like everyone has those like thoughts and fears, and even like people like my sister and brother-in-law in particular. Like, even though they may seem like, they're perfect and have their lives together at such a young age, obviously, like, even though I feel like I know them very well, there's probably a lot of things I don't know about them. Because another thing about me is I like to be very open and articulate, like, what I'm feeling. But not everyone is always like that, a lot of people may have the same thoughts and feelings that I do, but they just don't feel as comfortable and open talking about them like I do. So I just assume they don't have those same thoughts, feelings, but I'm sure they do to some degree, or they don't. I have no idea. That's another thing I've realized in this life. No matter how much you feel like you know someone, there's probably so much about them that you really don't actually know, which is definitely food for thought. Yeah. I should also probably acknowledge how I look. The mustache. It is kind of hilarious that I'm rocking a mustache for my first ever solo episode. We just had our Halloween party the other day, and I was a cop, and I had a beard. I can actually grow a pretty sick beard. TBH. Excuse me. So I had a beard, and then I bought like a cheap cop outfit. If you want to see what it looked like, just go to my Instagram. Too fucking lazy to edit in a picture. But yeah, so I was a cop, so I shaved off the beard and just kept the stash because it just went with the look of being a cop. And I decided I'm gonna keep this mustache, and I can't tell if it looks really fucking awesome or really fucking dumb. I don't know. Feel free to let me know in the comments. But after a while, you just get like kind of sick of shaving like so often, like, because I grow hair like pretty fucking quickly, so I'm just constantly having to shave, and it just gets such a pain in the ass. Plus, eventually you want to change up your look anyway. I always feel like a beard mustache is like more suited for this like the winter time, and then like a clean shave is more suited for like the spring summertime. So, um, so yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the mustache for a while until. You know what? Do you know what I actually thought about? I thought this today. Um, I think I might actually keep the mustache until I lose a certain amount of weight. So right now don't know if you heard that. You probably didn't. Maybe you did. I don't know. So right now I'm like roughly 225. Honestly, the main goal is just to get below the 200s. Because that's a fucking other thing. I've been so frustrated. Even though it's all my own doing. Like, I've been, like, actually pretty fucking overweight for, like, a couple years now. I remember, like, 3 years ago, there was one summer where I ended up, like, losing all the weight. And, you know, I just went from being, like, that fat guy to, like, that, you know, the guy who lost all the weight, which is obviously, like, such a good feeling. You just feel like a whole new person. You just feel so good about yourself. It feels so good when other people notice. But then, you know, obviously I gained it all back, and I've gone through periods where I'm very consistent in the gym, eating very well, but then I eventually kind of burn out and just undo all the work I put in, gain the weight back. And it's to the point where, so I've known my brother-in-law for fucking two years now, because he's been with my sister for 5 years, but I moved back into the house like 2 years ago, and before that we'd never even met. So he's always known me, seen me as a fat dude. And you know, it's a little concerning because it's not like people think of me like, oh, like Matt's like fat. It's because if you're not used to someone being fat, you kind of always think like, when you think about them, you're like, oh yeah, they're like fat now, they're fat. But once they've been fat for like a certain amount of time, you don't necessarily think that person's fat. You kind of just think that's just who they are. Like, you've never known them in a different light. That's just always how you've known them to be, how you've seen them. So that's a little concerning. So I might keep the mustache until I reach a certain weight. So obviously a big goal is to get below 200. And then I think my final goal will be around like 190, 185. Maybe even a little less. Cause that's another fucked thing. It's been so long since I've been like a decent weight. I don't know like what my best weight, like what is like my natural like weight, where I'm not like too skinny. I'm not overweight at all though. Like I'm at the like fighters would call it like your walk around weight. Like, what do you walk around at? Like, what's your natural weight? The fucked thing is I don't even know what that weight is. It's been so long. So I can't even tell you like what's the exact weight I want to be, where I'm like not too skinny, but I'm not like fat at all, where I'm like the perfect like weight. I'm gonna guess 185-ish, give or take 5 pounds, but I just don't know. But I think once I hit a certain weight, I might shave the stash, and I might just keep it till then. Or unless I get bullied, roasted enough by enough people, where I just get sick of it and have had enough and decide to shave it off. But I don't know, I like the new look. I'm definitely going to keep it for a couple weeks. Should be done with this in the next 5 minutes. This has been very interesting so far. You know, my brother-in-law has been meaning to film a solo episode, but so I'm very curious to see how that will go. And I wonder, I'm just wondering, will he watch this? Will my sister watch this? Will my mom watch this? Will anyone watch this? I don't fucking know. I've zero fucking clue who will watch this. It could get 0 views for all I fucking know. I really don't know. But you know what? I don't really have any shame because something I've tried to get a lot better about is I try not to beat myself up too much, not be so hard on myself. Because I just accept that, like, I'm a human, I'm gonna fuck up, and I'm going to always continue to fuck up. But simultaneously, I can still, like, always keep trying and putting my best foot forward and being the best me I can be. Keep being better than me. Obviously, like, you know that one, like, saying, like, it's you versus you. Like, comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to others. Because, like, that's just always a recipe for disaster. Plus, you don't know what that person's actually been through or how hard they've worked to achieve that. But I'm just going to always try to compete with me and keep getting better. And even if, like, I don't think this podcast has gone horrible, but it's obviously not great. But you gotta start somewhere, you know. Obviously, a solo episode is never easy. Even people like I've even heard Theo Von lately, who in my opinion is like the GOAT of the solo episode, and it inspired me to like do these solo episodes. I've even heard him say like, what did he say? I think he said something like along the lines of like, I always try to do them like once a month, but like I don't know how I feel about them. Like I like to like film with others and connect with others, but I don't know what he said exactly. But he basically said something along the lines of like that it was like a little weird sometimes, and he feels a little weird doing it. But obviously he's helped so many people, and it's like I guarantee like all of his core fans like love him because of it, and he's helped so many, me included. For all I know, this will be the only fucking one that I ever do, or I'll keep doing them all the time. Alright, maybe I won't even post this one. No, I will. I should. And I'm probably going to. And I gotta just be prepared for whether a lot of people see it, whether no one sees it, or like a few people see it. And I don't know. It's weird when I stop talking how quiet it gets. There's no like white noise. It's just like this weird ominous silence. Look around, all the lights just shining on me. That's another thing. Theo has like, when Theo does these, like he has a producer. So he's just doing this and like, is his producer just like watching him in the back? That's gotta be a little weird, I feel like. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's like, take a vacation day. I don't fucking know. What time is it? 1:24. Shit, I gotta finish this up soon. Yeah, that's another thing. Fucking, oh my god. I've been getting better, but like for the past 3-4 months, I've really struggled like getting good sleep. A lot of it was like my own fault, just because I'm a fucking idiot who can't put the controller or the phone down. or I'll just eat a lot before bed or drink a lot before bed. Not even like be drinking like alcohol, but like a lot of water. Cause I fucking love to just crush water. I love a good H2O. And then sometimes I go through I went through a really strange period this summer where I just could not fucking sleep. Like, it was weird. I just couldn't, like, sleep at all. Like, it was either I couldn't get to sleep or I would get to sleep, then after 3 hours wake up and then just not be able to sleep. And that is, like, the most fucking frustrating thing ever. Because when you're genuinely trying to sleep and you can't, you're just sitting there with your fucking eyes closed. You may as well be staring at a wall. You're just staring into the black, into the abyss, trying to sleep. And you just, like, it's weird. Sometimes it's because, like, I'm having racing thoughts, like, I can't stop thinking about shit. But other times, like, my mind is completely blank. And I still, for hours, just sit there and can't sleep. But I'm past that. Lately, when I'm not able to sleep, it's because of me. It's because I stay up too late. So yeah, if I want to get a decent night's sleep, I gotta go to bed soon. So, I mean, this is pretty close to done. So, whenever I finish this, fucking, but yeah, what do I got going on tomorrow? So, tomorrow, it's just another regular work day. Wake up at like 9:15, leave the house at 9:20ish. Get to work, either have like a really long day, or I'm just driving the whole day, or have a really chill day where I'm able to just kind of walk around, do whatever, or a bit of both. Lately it's been a bit of both. But then after work, if I'm really lucky, I have enough time during work, or I'm able to go work out. Hopefully I can do that. If not, let's just assume not. Like, work from like 9 to 5ish. Go to the gym, get in a solid workout, come home, eat dinner, fucking post some short clips of the first episode of my podcast, which I did with my brother-in-law. Shout out Axel. Shout out Grew Up Influenced. Yeah, I got a lot of shit I'm trying to do lately, but obviously, like, I gotta find a good balance of being productive, but also, like, not completely burning out. But at the same time, like, start, like, because I've always been a lazy fuck, man. I've always been a lazy fucking piece of shit throughout my whole life. Like, obviously everyone has this, but, you know, I always thought when I was younger, when I was like this age, I would have like achieved all these things, you know, accomplished a lot, just like been in a different place in life, but no. I mean, obviously there's like circumstances you can't control, but to be honest, a lot of it was because of me. And that is not an easy pill to swallow, like, at all. But you know what? At the same time, I'm still so fucking young. Like, I'm 27. Like, the fact that I'm in my 20s, I'm so young, and I have so much of life ahead of me. And I still am very, very, very blessed. And I do have a lot of gratitude for the things I do have, because life could always be a lot worse. But at the same time, I have a lot of things I feel like I want to do, and I feel like I need to do in this life. So I gotta start working. And for the 10th time, I'm trying to find like a good healthy balance of becoming like someone with like a really strong like mind and work ethic that's like disciplined. Doesn't let the shit moments, the shit things like completely throw off all my momentum and work that I have put in for the short periods. So yeah, gonna not drink for a while. Gonna give up these. Gonna make an effort to work out every single day. I think except for Sundays. I think I'm gonna work out 6 days a week. Try to at least do a little bit of cardio, core, and weightlifting. And then hit the sauna. I love the sauna. Do at least a little bit of that every day for 6 days. And then on Sunday, like, have a rest day. And have a good diet. Nothing like crazy where I'm like fasting for like insane periods of time and eating like a really like... Sometimes I'll just fucking eat one meal a day and fast like crazy and eat something that a fighter trying to make a certain weight, like go through a crazy weight cut, would eat. And like maybe I can do that a couple days. But yeah, just a good balance of diet. Good balance of diet and exercise where I'm not like, where I'm feeling good, but I'm not like going crazy and then like exhausted, like lack of energy. So, I'm a work in progress, I'm a work in progress. This podcast is going to be a work in progress. Obviously, I have high hopes for this pod and just the channel in general, because I'm not just going to post this podcast. It's going to be all different types of content. Whatever I hope to do, like a lot of different things. I want to try and branch out into a lot of different areas of entertainment, because that's another thing about me. I've never always been set on one exact form of entertainment. I've always just wanted to be in entertainment. That's always been my goal. I mean, my first ever goal when I was a kid was I wanted to be a soccer player. But as much as I'd like to say, I had the natural ability to like even get to like the smallest of high levels. Like, I just didn't have work ethic or like the right mentality to become like a pro athlete. And but besides that, I've always wanted to be in entertainment. That's like just been my lifelong dream. 'Cause man, I'm not someone that is suited to work a 9 to 5, like a minimum wage job or even like a corporate job. I'm just not that type of person, man. Every job I've ever had, I've gotten fired or quit, and I've had 13 plus jobs in my entire life, and I've never ever put my 2 weeks in. I either get fired or I quit like on the spot and walk out, sometimes during my shift. And then I'm always cutting corners. Like, I get such a kick out of like breaking the rules at my job. Like, if I'm able to like, go off and be somewhere else where I'm not allowed to be, but still like be getting paid like on the clock. Like, I get such a kick out of that. Like, no matter how easy the fucking job is, I'll always find a way to like dick around and break the rules. And sometimes it works out, and then I just quit myself because I get burnt out and realize I don't want to keep doing this fucking shit job anymore, or I get caught and get fired. So obviously, right now the goal is to keep working this job because it really is a great job. Like, I really do love this job. It's so easy. It's so convenient. It's so close to where I live, down the road from here. I have so much free time. It's so lenient. I don't have to wear a uniform. I could show up in this tomorrow. It wouldn't matter. All I have to fucking do is drive around some Yahoo in the back of the van while they fucking do tests on their computer, and I listen to a podcast. And then I'm able to walk around, do whatever. So the goal is to keep that job until I one day make something happen. Whether I'm able to start my own business, whether I'm able to like garner an audience, like an actual legitimate platform, like some sort of entertainment, whether it's a successful Instagram page, TikTok page, YouTube channel, whatever. And then we go from there. But until then, gotta keep working this job. Cannot get fired. I just can't. And, I have confidence. Lately I've been having a lot of like, I've had like a weird boost of confidence lately. Like, I just feel good about the future. I just feel like if I keep moving in the right direction, I can actually make things happen and make something of my life. Obviously, I have my doubts and fears like anyone would, but at the same time, I'm confident, and I just want to give this a real go. I want to try and level up in all areas of my life and make not only others, but myself, like, proud. Like, I want to get to a point in my life where I can look back and actually think about things that I've achieved that I'm proud of. Because to be completely fucking honest, when I really kind of look back on my life and think about, like, I literally think and ask myself, like, Matt, you're 27, you've been around for almost 30 years. What have you done in your life that you're really proud of and you feel like was like a really like key point in your life, like a good accomplishment? And I could probably eventually think of something like mediocre, but I don't really have anything, to be honest. I don't. And obviously that like motivates me because I want to like get to work, develop a strong work ethic, and make something happen, achieve something. But at the same time, I obviously feel like disappointed. But that's life, Well, as I wrap up the rest of this Black and Mild, and the first solo episode of my podcast, episode 3, I just got to give a cheers to the future and wherever this channel goes. And I just got to hope, just got to keep going, keep pushing, like level up as a person. But at the same time, like enjoy the journey, That's another thing, like I just got to enjoy the journey, because I'm always going to feel like that. I'm always going to feel like there's more that I can accomplish. And I'm always going to feel like I haven't accomplished shit. But I got to enjoy the journey and just accept it for how it is right now. And hopefully, hopefully I can and I will make things happen. But, anyone who watched even a tiny bit of this, I appreciate it. Felt kind of good just to even do this, like, for myself. Like, really kind of, because as sad as it may seem, even just talking to, like, a camera, like, feels, like, weirdly good. Like, like, it feels like I'm talking to someone, even though I may not be at all. It just kind of feels like I am. And who knows? Maybe someone who's a fan of me in the future may look back on this and be like, wow, that's where Matt was at in his life? That's another thing about these solo pods. There's no real direction. I kind of just, it's kind of all over the place. You know, it'll probably like stay a lot like this, but at the same time, I'll obviously get better. I'll maybe have some talking points, maybe like some segments I can do to make it more interesting, give it more direction. But for now, I'm kind of just yapping about whatever's on my fucking mind. Alright, last hit. I know. Ghetto ass ashtray. But that's from my brother-in-law smoking earlier. There was no other ashtray down here, so I thought, if that old cunt was using a plate for an ashtray, so am I. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for whoever may watch this, whether it's right now in the present or someone in the future looking back. Yeah, thanks for listening to my fucking TED Talk. I always feel like that's a cringy thing people say when they just rant into the camera, but then there's been a lot of moments tonight during this podcast where I don't know what to say, so I kind of just feel like I have to blurt out fucking something. But, yeah, I don't want to fucking yap on too long because it's fucking 1:42. Oh my god. How long have I been going? An hour and 33 minutes. Oh my god. The camera might be fucking dead, actually. Yeah, this camera, like, it stops filming after like an hour and a half, so yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching or listening to this first solo episode. Definitely gonna be a lot more. And here's to the future and whatever it may hold. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed and good night, USA.